Hi, this is Guy Fenocchi. Today we're going to take a look at suspended chords, a few different forms that are real common, and we're going to talk about their construction, their proper names, and some of the, maybe a short chord progression that we can apply them to. All right, so let's check out these suspended chords, and you'll see them written in music as sus, S-U-S. It doesn't mean sustained, it means suspended. And what that means, that term means, is that we're breaking tertian harmony. So the chords are now going to be, you're going to have the third of the chord covered up. And let me show you that. We have a very common D chord right here. And this is the third of the chord, makes the chord major or minor. When you suspend that chord, you're breaking the major or minor quality of the chord for the meantime or permanently. So I'm going to take my fourth finger, I'm just going to go a half a step above that tone on that first string. That's a very common sound. Sus4, suspended 4, that releases to major. It wants to go back to major, it wants to sound like it's releasing. Okay? We can also do that form on this G chord, which you may know it as the F form, but for this particular example we need the G chord for the chord progression I'm explaining. And there's our G chord, and I'm going to put the fourth finger down on that third string, 5th fret. So that's a half a step above that third. This chord no longer is a G major, now it is a G suspended 4th. Okay? We can use that function there. Let's look at another chord, and it's an A chord, the A shape. This is very common, and it's going to be your fourth finger up a half a step. So this is the third of the chord. Now we have sus4, suspended 4. All right, let's go back and look at all these again. Here's another misconception. A lot of my students will say, oh, well, it's a sus4 because you've taken your fourth finger and adding it. Not necessarily. It just happens to be that the fourth finger is the one we're going to use to suspend the third of the chord into the fourth. So it's the chord tone from the scale it comes from. It's the 4th degree. So here's that G. Again, that fourth finger looks like it's a sus4 because of the fourth finger. It's just the convenient finger to cover up the third to our fourth. And same thing goes with our A. Okay. So we can use that like that. Now a lot of these are movable. You can see this A chord can be moved. For instance, here's a C. I have my pinky up. You can also use your bar chord C with the third finger barred and still use that fourth finger to suspend. Now let's apply these to a basic chord progression. Let's say we have a D, G, B minor, A. Now watch. B minor we're going to leave alone. Okay? So you can kind of enhance a chord progression. And now when you're listening to this, you go, oh, that's what that, I hear that all the time, and it is very familiar. So you can have a lot of fun with some of your basic chord shapes and basic chord progressions by adding the suspended 4th degree. Always remember to keep in tune and keep tuning in. This is Guy Fenocchi.